Hello everybody, my name is Jenna Allerson and I am a certified holistic health coach. Today I really want to talk to you about carbohydrates and the role that they can play in our diet, and just talk to you a little bit about the facts so you can make an informed decision on how carbohydrates will play a role in your diet. So at the very foundational level, a carbohydrate is really used to give our bodies energy. The recommended daily allowance is between 45 and 65% of our caloric intake, and that's really dependent on your activity level, your metabolism, and you. So you know yourself better than anybody. So you're going to really want to be thinking about that for you. And again, at the very foundational level, a gram of carbohydrates is going to be 4 calories. So that's kind of your foundation. Now, what is a carbohydrate? Well, there are 2 types of carbohydrates. And if you consume the right one, you can have a healthy weight, you can have great digestion, it can be good in terms of your cardiovascular health. And yes, so there are great benefits for carbohydrates. I think sometimes they do get a bad rap, and I know there's some diets out there right now that are really popular that really think about doing more of a low carb diet. So I want to first and foremost talk about that there are great benefits of carbohydrates in your body. Like anything though, if they're not done or eaten correctly, or the right ones aren't eaten correctly and in moderation, there are negatives to eating carbohydrates. Of course, there's the obesity that can happen, type 2 diabetes, the chronic inflammation that could happen. So let's talk a little bit about the carbs that you want to consume and the carbs that you really want to look at in moderation. So there is the simple carbohydrate, and that is going to be the one that we want in very limited quantities and in moderation. And the simple carbohydrate is exactly what it sounds like. It's very simplistic, and it doesn't take the body a long time to absorb and spike our blood sugar, give us a quick burst of energy, but then it's not going to sustain us after that. So a simple carbohydrate is going to be glucose, sucrose, fruits, honeys, anything with OSE at the end, which is really a form of sugar, is going to be a part of that simple carbohydrate. You heard me mention fruit. Fruit is considered a simple carbohydrate because there is sugar in fruit, but it's not added sugar. And fruit also is going to carry more fiber than any other simple carbohydrate, and it's also going to have antioxidants and minerals. So I still recommend getting those fruits in your diet, but in moderation. As always, we always want to look at things in moderation. So that is what our simple carbohydrate is. The complex carbohydrate is just what it sounds like. It's going to be much more complex for the body, and so it's going to take longer for the body to digest and to absorb, and that's going to keep us feeling fuller longer. It's going to help sustain our energy levels, so we don't have that spike. So it's going to be much more of a balanced impact. Some of the examples of a complex carbohydrate are whole grains like oats, whole grain wheats. Anything that has the 3 components of endosperm, bran, and germ is really considered a whole grain, and that's going to carry fiber in it, which is going to be great for your digestion. Other examples of complex carbohydrates are beans and legumes, and also vegetables, even the starchy vegetables. And those are going to be great again because not only do vegetables have the good complex carbohydrates, they have fiber, they have antioxidants, and they have minerals, everything that you need. So when you think about outlining your day with fruits and vegetables, always lean more into your vegetables than your fruits. As we know, fruits are considered more of a simple, and vegetables are going to sustain you much longer. And then finally, I want to touch a little bit on refined carbs. So what is a refined carb? A refined carb is something that you're going to find on your shelf that's usually white, and the manufacturer is going to remove any kind of nutritional value from the carbohydrate. So it's going to remove the antioxidants and the fiber, which is what's really going to sustain you longer, which creates it more as a complex carbohydrate. And so anything like white flour, white sugar is going to be considered simple, and it's again going to have those impacts of spiking your blood sugar and not sustaining you long. So once a carbohydrate is in your system, any kind of carbohydrate, simple or complex, is going to turn into glucose. It's just going to be mitigated through the body based on your body's needs and how your body needs to expend that energy. And so if there's reserves, they may be stored in your liver, but if there's reserves that your body doesn't necessarily need, they are going to turn into fat. And so it's really important to just be thinking about what kind of carbohydrates you're consuming, what kind of how you're feeling, and how much you really do need based on your bio-individual, based on your lifestyle, your activity levels, your metabolism. And I just hope that this video gives you just a little bit more insight as to what a carb is and how you can incorporate it into your diet to make you feel healthy and nourished and satisfied. If you want any more information or would like to contact me, please visit JennaAllerson.com. Thank you.